Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. So today I'm going to share with you one of the things that I do to maintain my curly hair. For those that may not know, I am someone that before you will never catch me dead with my hair curly, and I'm just going to share some tips and tricks of what I normally do to maintain it, and that's something that I've been learning the past 2 years. I will be sharing photos of my before and after, and you're going to see this journey has taken me a while. So if you're listening to this video, if you're watching this video and you're like, my hair could never be like that, if you see my before pictures, you will be so surprised in how I've been able to not only hair healthier, but also just like the curl is so much nicer. You'll get it. Before I start, thank you for watching this video. I'd be so happy if you like and subscribe so that you can share along any other tips and tricks I'll be doing. I'm a mother of a baby girl. I am married. We will be married for almost 5 years this August, and our baby girl will be 1 year old also this August. So I'm excited to share my journey. I love to clean and organize and also share outfit tips. So this will pretty much be a lifestyle video, but yeah, let's get right in, and I'm excited for you to join my journey. So the first thing I do, as you can see, I have a lot of curls, and when I'm telling you that when you see the before picture of this, you're not gonna believe the before. So the first thing I like to do is section my hair in sections, and that usually makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna just separate it like this. So usually I separate it once on this side, and I get a scrunchie like this. And then if I really want to go in and make a, and when I separate it, as you can see, do it nice and gentle because you don't want to break your curl, so do it as gentle as possible. So yeah, so I will just separate this hair with another scrunchies here. And while I do this process, I'm just gonna share, because this was my first Mother's Day, and I definitely want to share something that I know a lot of mothers definitely went through this year, because when we were in the hospital with my daughter, definitely saw a whole bunch. But yeah, I'm getting too ahead of myself. So yeah, so the first thing I do is I usually take some water. So I am in my bathroom right now, but the way that this bathroom is set up, it's cute and cozy, and it's so much easier to record from this side. So yeah, so what I normally like to do is just kind of like separate my curls, and I'm able to just, run through it. Before, I used to think that I had to like wet it completely, like drench it. It was pretty bad. And then until later on I realized that you don't need to do that. You can just like run water through your hair like this, and then you take an oil. So this is something that actually my mom made homemade. Like first I add a little bit of the oil, right? And then I take, this is my favorite. This is called the Aussie Moist. So it's the Aussie Miracle Moist Conditioner. Yeah, it has avocado oil and jojoba oil. And this is honestly my favorite oil. So literally I just, take a pea size, and then I add a little bit more oil. And just bring it together. And then once again, let's move this out of the way. I just kind of just go through it like this. I'll just do it from the side so you can see a lot better. And then I tend to do this. Right? And as you saw, like the before of the way it looked, like, and it gets better with time, especially once you add it to your whole hair. And yeah, this is like normally what I do, but I'm gonna show how I do it for the whole entire head, so you can see, like, you saw the way it looked before, and you'll be able to see the after. So yeah, this was my first Mother's Day, and I was so excited to be able to celebrate this day. This is something that I don't know, like as you grow up, you think about special occasions, you think of like special days. And one of the things once I got pregnant, I couldn't wait for a moment like this because, you know, like, especially I gave birth in August, last August. And now that I've been a mother for almost 9 months, my daughter will be 9 months this Sunday. You know, you kind of see and you have learned what your mom had to go through. My mom, I have one brother, we're 5 years apart. And so once you are going through this experience, and even though it's only been almost 9 months, like I tell my mom every day, I have no idea how you did it. You know, literally, it's the most rewarding work, but it's also a lot of work. And if you guys are interested in hearing, you know, my postpartum story, or, you know, what my husband and I did, you know, to help me recover, and any of those stories, I would love to share that with you guys in another video, so you can just let me know. So yeah, so as you see, this is what I do, and I definitely got off topic, and that's something you guys will recognize and hopefully help me out and be like, Veronica, like, you said you were going to talk about this, what happened? But yeah, I think it's just part of being a mother. You are having a million things in your head. So yeah, so this was my first Mother's Day, and my husband and I had plans to go out to dinner and, you know, do all the cute, you know, photos and things like that. And then it was Wednesday night going on to Thursday. So it was like 12. We put her, usually she goes to bed quite, and I like to say quite late, but in reality it's not really, as long as she gets her 10+ hours of sleep at night, right? Like they say, it all depends on your schedule and how her naps were that day. So pretty much the moment that we put her to bed, she woke up an hour after. And then, you know, and at first it was like, okay, you know, sometimes babies do that. And, you know, they wake up and, you know, you just kind of like help them go back to sleep again. And, you know, you cuddle with them and, you know, all that fun jazz. So then we noticed, like after we put her to bed, we noticed that she woke up an hour after again. And when she woke up again is when we were like, okay, like she usually would wake up a couple times, but then we started noticing, like we heard her nose like getting stuffy, and then she started coughing, right? So that's what happened. She started coughing, and then that's when we realized, like, oh no, like something's going on. And so pretty much after that, like she literally woke up every hour. So that morning or that night, we literally had no sleep. Like literally team no sleep was happening. And you know, and I just thought that it was just like a regular cold. And so pretty much we woke up every hour. You know, we kept, you know, like using the nose snotter because we noticed that she was getting really stuffy and congested. And then her noticed on Friday, so this was like a day after, on Friday we noticed that she started getting warm, and then we started noticing the symptoms of like her deep breathing, like it was a lot more profound. So like we noticed that like her stomach area, like when she would breathe, it would be like way too quick. And even in her throat area, we noticed that like it was going more in than it should have. And so we kind of got worried, and we took her temperature, and it did go over 100 degrees. So right there, we knew that we had to do something. So we went to the hospital, and unfortunately, we quickly realized that it wasn't just our baby. It was a lot of kids that were, you know, getting sick. And pretty much, you know, we quickly realized, like, oh wow, so this is like serious. Like this is not just a regular cold. And so we went to one of our local hospitals, and unfortunately we were there from like 8 p.m. until 3 in the morning, because they didn't check our daughter in until 11 o'clock at night. So we were there from 8 to 11, just like waiting. And again, the hospital was very full, you know, so we kind of had a feeling. And thankfully we had like her, you know, her milk and, you know, extra jammies and things like that. But it was really rough, you know, because this is something like I got so emotional because I was telling my husband, I'm like, wow, like for being my first like Mother's Day, like I can't believe that, you know, like this is how we're gonna spend my Mother's Day, you know. And he was just like, you know, it's gonna be fine, like I'm sure, you know, like they'll tell us like it's cold, and I'll just, you know, maybe, you know, he was trying to be positive for me and just kind of make me feel like it's gonna be okay, you know. But you know, he knew inside of him that definitely, you know, any plans that we had was definitely gonna need to be canceled because obviously she wasn't doing well. And as a parent, that's, you know, one of the sacrifices that you make. I mean, and I was telling my mom as I was texting her, I was like, wow, like, welcome to motherhood. You know, like this is like what happens when you are a mother. You know, you change your plans, you thought that you were gonna do something, and then it changes, you know, and that's what happens. But it was hard, you know, because at the end of the day, like, besides my plans being ruined, which whatever, you know, like husband still surprised me with beautiful flowers and an arrangement of sandwiches and things like that. He told me to go get my nails done. That's something he knows that I love doing. I was able to do like this design, and I got like, he was like, oh, go get a mani-pedi. So before we even knew that like this was gonna happen. So I was so happy that, actually I'm gonna add a little bit down here. I was so happy that, you know, I was able to do that, because then when she got sick, I was able to just, you know, like I was like, oh, you know, at least I did something right before things got serious, and at least I was able to do that. But yeah, it was very scary, you know, the past few days. And you know, she's still kind of sick right now. She's napping, and you know, when they're sick, when they're napping is very long. But yeah, she's been napping, and thankfully today she woke up a lot better. She's not coughing as much, but it was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like it again, like I'm not trying to sound like I'm ungrateful, because I'm so happy that my daughter is, you know, doing better. And but of course, you know, a special moment like this, you look forward to it, and it's something that you wait for. But more than anything, like it was really hard to witness my daughter go through, you know, being sick. And you know, she's the most happiest baby you will ever meet. And honestly, like that's one thing that I'm so grateful for, that like even while she was, you know, going through all these things, you know, she was still laughing. It was really cute. So hopefully she's doing a lot better, like I mentioned. And you know, that makes me excited, and knowing that, like I was telling my friend earlier today, like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, and realizing and seeing that, you know, she's like still a little congested, but she's not as like, she's not as congested as she was originally. So that's definitely a great feeling. But yeah, look at this. Look how pretty this looks. And literally that's all I do. I mean, if I really want to like make it even more like full of volume, what I tend to do is I put my hair up. Like after I do this, I put my hair up in like a bonnet. I don't know if you ever seen one of these, but it's pretty much this. So you like put your hair in it, and you leave it for 2 hours, and you will notice like the volume that you get in your hair is ridiculous. So yeah, so normally at the end, once I like spread it out, because you know, as you can see, it's nice and airy. And so I usually like to just like add a little bit more oil, a little bit more of Aussie, and go like this. And then I really like to like go in my hair, you know, because these are the parts that you normally don't, you know, as much as you want to, you kind of like don't spread it there sometimes unless you like flip your hair back. And then I usually go like this and scrunch it up. Like that. And you see, like, it just gives it even more volume, which is, you know, pretty cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. I mean, if you really want to make sure, you know, you can just like separate your hair like this, and then add a little bit more oil, spread it, and really get in there, you know, like really massage, which is not a bad thing to do. But yeah, and then you get really pretty hair like this, which is incredible, you know, because before I used to, like I'm mentioning, like before I used to think that I had to, my hair always gets stuck to my fingers. Before I used to think that I had to drench my hair. Like I used to drench it with water, and then I used to like rinse it, and then I used to add this conditioner and like put it through my hair, and it would be great. Like I'm not gonna lie, it would still do what it needed to do. But I'm noticing that by me doing like this by sections, like not only am I helping like detangle my hair, because my hair, because it is very curly, it's very easy for it to get tangled within each other. And as you can see, like because I do this, like I'm able to separate the hair very easily. You know, like before I couldn't, like even though there'll still be like little areas that, you know, need to be separated, which, you know, is normal. But again, like before I couldn't just do this, like just separate it like this. It would be like mission impossible, honestly. And then even the ends, I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see the ends. Even though I have pictures, but just so you can see. Like, even though I actually need to touch this little area up, but still, like, do you see this? And even up here too. But yeah, do you see this? Like the curls, like it's ridiculous. Like there are days that I honestly can't believe that this is my hair, honestly. But yeah, like when you see like the dry parts here, usually this is like the hair that usually gets the most dry. So, you know, so what I usually do is I just take some oil, again, some conditioner, and then I just kind of like, you know, massage it, get it like that. Or what you could also do is kind of like separate it. Sometimes it just needs some reshaping, you know. But sometimes it's just dry. And when that happens, usually, I'm sure people have mentioned it, like I just do this and kind of like tuck it in the back, you know, until it like behaves, I like to say. But yeah, I mean, even though that's cute too, you know, like you can have like, make it different, because sometimes having it out like in your face all the time, yeah, see how it's like a little tangled here. It happens. It's not like, it's not gonna avoid it completely, but I'm telling you, like before, it was bad. So yeah, so if you have to like tuck it behind, that's fine. Like it gives you kind of different hairstyle too anyways. But yeah, so this is pretty much how I do my hair, and that's how I'm able to like make it last. And I know that I do still need like a nice cut shape, and I also think it's because what I normally did, like I would cut my own hair, and obviously if you're not a hairstylist, like I'm clearly not a hairstylist, I would just like, whenever I would see the curls, like the ends, like how you saw, like, you know, you would see like the ends like this, like normally I would just like chop and just whatever. And obviously I'm not a hairstylist, so I'm not gonna probably cut it properly, but I noticed that because I was brave enough to just start cutting it, that's when my hair started like coming back to life. And instead of waiting you know, and like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna cut it the right way. Like, you know, at the end of the day, when you cut your hair and it doesn't come out as nice as it should, you don't really get frustrated because you're like, oh, you know, whatever, it's like, it's gonna grow. So I'm very like cautious when it comes to my hair. Like, I don't know, I think other people would understand. Like, I just hate when other people touch my hair, so I'd rather like figure it out even if I fail doing it. But honestly, you know, I think I didn't do too bad. Like, I know I probably need to just do what other people have done. Like, they just like straighten out the hair completely and then they cut it. And that's probably what I'll try to do next when I do cut it again. I'm gonna wait a little bit, like probably like 2 more weeks, and then just kind of like straighten it out and then like chop it, because it does need to get a nice little chop. And if you see hair coming out, I mean, like I said, I am a mother. My hair has been coming out, you know, postpartum, all that fun stuff. But naturally, your hair just it does come out, you know, especially when it's curly. Like, I feel like that's when it normally comes out the most. But yeah, so I just wanted to share a quick tips and tricks of what I normally do for my hair so that it stays like this, and it literally will stay like this the whole day. Also, if I put my hair at night in this, I literally can wake up, I take it off, and then all I have to do is, I don't maybe have to do it like in sections like I did today, but I can just kind of like break it up in like maybe 4 parts and just like add a little oil and then just scrunch it, and then I would have like hair like this. Like, I no longer have to go crazy like I used to before. This is so much easier. And again, like when you break it up in sections, it is really good for your hair, because that way it allows every piece of hair to get like the shaping and the nutrients that it needs for, you know, when you put like the oils and the conditioners and things like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped you. And if you have any other questions in regards to hair and how I figured out like hair products and things like that. Oh, you can get this at Walmart or even Walgreens. I'm pretty sure BJ's sells that as well, even Amazon, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I usually do the shampoo and the conditioner of this one, and that's the only 2 I use. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to share more of my story, and thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.